will conclude our session for, Game Plan Sunday. And then now we're going to go off into the macro. We got to talk here. Okay. So, bonds, we're going to pull up the yield curve here. This is something that's major. Boom. All right, cool. So you guys can see this is the handy dandy yield curve. And, oh, yeah, looks like I did update it. All right. So bond yields are deteriorating. As you guys can see, I'm going to put it on. Oh, that's Thursday. Actually, let me go to this one here. All right. So as you guys already see, we've been covering this all year long. Okay. All our members, you guys already know what time it is. We got a whole class on the yield curve. What is the yield curve? Tell you how to, come up with it, do the computations yourself. Nobody actually had a chart that's interactive, so I actually built one myself. This is the yield curve chart here. You can go through every yield that you want. Anyhow, we got a yield curve inversion back here in March. So as you guys know, we've been very bullish on the stock market. Those who's been, members for years, you already know how we do. But this year's been interesting, okay? Very interesting because we got this yield curve inversion. And so when you start hearing me talking about recessions, it's not like these guys who say, oh, it's a recession every year. No. This is technical, okay? There's a recession because this yield curve has inverted, so we was on recession watch, okay? And we caught this little scare back here, boom, back in January, but it was just like a one-day signal. But we got the real inversion back here, all right? And we've been inverted ever since. It's a lot of squiggly lines for you guys that don't know. So what I'm going to do is make some adjustments. The 3-month and the 10-year. These are the two that we compare. When a 3-month, the short term, goes over the long term, that means that the people who's investing short term making more money than the people that's investing in the long term. That's not the way it's supposed to be. Call that an inversion. That means the economy is slowing down and is going to go into a recession. That's all you need to know. You need to know more. Sign up for our classes at wallstreetjackboys.com. That's one of the classes, I think we got 17 classes, one of the 17 classes that we got. Okay. But anyway, so we caught the yield curve inversion way back in March and it popped out a little bit. So boom, and then it popped out, right? And then it came back and it's been inverted ever since May. All right. Ever since May, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. So there's a recession that's going to be coming. And this is what I'm saying based off of the data that we have. Okay. And I stand behind that because once you understand money, you understand how this stuff works. That's why I wrote that gold article for you. But anyway, so we already had that. You guys at Wall Street Jack Boys already know how the 3-month versus 10 years has been going. But as of recently, this bad boy was just added to the collection. Now, this bad boy, let me take out the 3 months and we'll just look at the 2-year, 10-year. So most economists, they track this one here. So you've been hearing a lot of people like, oh, it's not going to be a recession. The 3-month versus 10 years, it's whatever. Now, mind you, I'm going to show you guys here in a second. But every time this happens, a recession always occurs. OK, but the 2-year, 10-year is the one that the economists are like, OK, wake up call is coming. Now, none of these guys ever predict a recession ever in the past history. OK, none of them ever predict a recession. So you can't depend on them when they're talking about, oh, it's not a recession. And it's funny. Hold on. I'll show you guys here in a second. But let me just finish my statement real quick. OK, what's interesting is that this 2-year, 10-year just inverted. OK, boom. That was the week before. And then this was the end of this week. OK, so this is why if you go on Google, one of the top words that's being searched right now is recession. Everybody want to know what a recession is or how to prepare for the recession. We've been talking about this at Wall Street Jet Boys for the longest. Right. There are some economists that believe that we're already in a recession. We just got some PMI numbers, the flash numbers, and we're looking at manufacturing in a recession right now. It's trading beneath this 50 point consensus line. So manufacturing itself is actually already in a recession. Manufacturing is. So you got to understand what drives the economy, service or manufacturing. We used to be a country of manufacturing. But we outsourced all those jobs over to China and we actually empowered China. So China's doing all the manufacturing. I think manufacturing is maybe a quarter of what we produce, as far as adding to the growth. And most of the work that contributes to the growth in America is service, right? You're providing services, right? You got, I was watching something on YouTube with my daughter about these kids. They're driving for some delivery company. I forget what it's called. Door something. They order food. In fact, I had some of them bring food over here. The Uber drivers, you got people just driving Uber, driving Lyft, all this delivery stuff. DoorDash is what it's called. Yeah, DoorDash. These are services, okay? That's right, Topaz. Thank you. These are services. This is what's driving our economy, okay? But you need to produce things to have a strong economy, and we're not actually seeing that because the PMI numbers tell us that. PMI numbers are basically it's data that's a leading indicator. We can foresee what's going to come in the future because we're looking at companies, manufacturers. Are they ordering the supplies, the raw goods that they need to produce the goods? Are they ordering more? Or are they ordering less? Okay, they're ordering a historic, freaking low for the past 10 years. The numbers have not been this bad since 2009. We're already seeing that in the manufacturing sector, and so service is to follow, right? And so we'll go on a little bit more of that. But anyway, there's so many indicators that's leading to a recession. And you're hearing the news, people say, oh, it's no recession. Don't worry about it. These doom dusters, they this, that, and the third. They always say this. It's normal. This is not normal. What we're seeing right now, you guys at Washington Jet Boys who've been trading, you guys been trading here for a couple of years. Raise your hand. Just type in the queue. Is what you're seeing right now is normal? Is what you guys seeing right now normal? It's not normal. Okay, it's just the worst that we've seen things. Okay, and it's gonna get worse, and it's because, again, we see this yield curve inverted. There's a recession that is going to come. All right, so don't just understand. It's not because I want it to. I really don't want it to happen because there's going to be a lot of casualties. You know how many people that I, try to educate and talk. In fact, we do this on Facebook for free so that people can watch it. How many people share this? People will share Popeye's chicken versus Chick-fil-A. Who gives a damn? In fact, OG Ron posted in there the stock ticker for Popeyes if you wanted to make some money. I know you want to spend the money, but you could have made some money. QSR. Type it in the chat. You guys see QSR. We'll pull up the chart if you need to. But you can be making money, but you're not. So I can't save everybody because people don't want to be saved. People, they want to be entertained. And so unfortunately, you got those people that they're not going to make it. Okay. They got their new houses, their new cars. They're going to lose all this shit that they got. I'm telling you right now, I'm balling today. You're going to be in a homeless shelter tomorrow because the shit is coming and you have not prepared. You have not tuned in to get the wisdom. I'm giving you guys the wisdom. Share it with your friends and family. Tell them you better buckle up because the shit is coming. All right. But I'll show you guys this 2-year, 10-year. This is what the talk of Wall Street right now. You see it all day on the news. This is what it is. This is the one that they can't ignore. They ignore the 3-month, 10-year, right? And I like to look at all of them, right? But the 3-month, that's that one. You see how wide that is? That is terrible. This is really getting bad. And now these two have inverted. They can't ignore this. So that's why everybody's searching it. And smart money knows this stuff, okay? Smart money knows this stuff. So that's why you're seeing smart money piling into gold right now, okay? And once you understand money, the foundation of money, again, I wrote that article about gold. We'll pull it up here in a second. But you don't understand money if you don't understand gold. You got to understand how it works. You got to get to the foundation. Then you can understand how the bonds and everything else work, okay? Why they buying up the bonds? Okay, so they buying up the bonds. Again, we got negative yields across the whole world. U.S. is in the best condition, best situation. We still got yield here, right? We still got yields. You still get 2%, right? Still get somewhere around 2% messing with U.S. markets. Messing around in Europe, their yields are negative. All right, that means you got to pay them to let them. You got to pay them to buy their bonds, right? Which is crazy. You got to pay them to lend them your money. Excuse me. You got to pay them to lend them your money. So anyway, U.S. is the best bet. So U.S. is positive. So what investors are doing, they're buying up the bonds. When the price of bonds go up, the yields go down. So that's what you're seeing here. The yields are going down. All right. And they're going to continue to go down. because everybody's searching for yield. You heard for seeking alpha. Everybody's looking for alpha. Well, right now, people are looking for yield in their portfolios. Smart money, big money, countries are looking for yield. Where are you going to get yield from? U.S. So they're buying up the bonds, and that's going up. So anyway, I just want to show you guys this so you can understand where we are in the cycle. And then I'll further show you guys what we're talking about on a big scale. Let me just take it all the way back 30 years ago. Bingo. All right. And then I'm going to take away the 2 year. We'll just look at the 3 months because it's just easier to look at for you guys. Okay. So every time, and you guys already know what time it is, right? Y'all know what you're looking at, right? Every time recession, every time the gray line crosses over the blue line, there's a recession. There's a recession. Okay. This is the leading indicator for a recession. This is where you are at today. What do you think is going to happen? I know what the news is telling you. I know what Jim Cramer is telling you. What's good, Carl? What's good, Jeremy? I know what these guys are telling you, but I'm showing you this is the data. They don't never predict a recession, but they see the same stuff that I see. They don't tell you the truth because they got to keep you spending money. If they scare your ass away from spending money, it will exacerbate the situation, bring it on faster. It's going to come anyway because you're over leveraged. See, because credit is in the system, it's got to happen. You borrow money to go buy your house, to go buy your cars. Because you borrow money, this is the reason why you have to have the cycles. So I'm just showing you guys the cycles, okay? So every time in the past, there's always been a recession when this cross over. So when I say there's a recession coming, that's because we can go back in time and see every time. I mean, they got charts that's going way back even further than this, same thing, okay? Way back to the 1920s, same thing every time. The thing that is consistent about the theme, though, is that when the Feds cut the interest rates, because when you see the 3 month, which is the gray line, when they cut it, it gets lower and lower. This is the longest time they cut the interest rates, okay? And this is to keep cheap money in the system, to keep credit in the system, to get people to spend money. So under the Obama years, I know you want to credit Obama. These presidents, they have no power. This is the Feds, okay? If you guys, did y'all see Trump tweeting this week? Did y'all see Trump tweet? Man, listen, if you're not paying attention, man, I know you want to eat your Popeyes, but you better pay attention to the leaders of the free world, okay? You got to pay attention to the tweet. I don't care if you like them or not. It don't matter. You got to see how the power is moving. You understand? You got to see how the power is moving. Okay, you can eat your Popeyes. I ain't gonna hate on you, but I'm just saying that that's the topic of discussion all day. So I see it on Facebook while the leaders of the world are meeting, discussing what they're gonna do with your life, and you don't even know. Again, a man told me, he said, you put in a book, they'll never know because they don't read. You don't read. You're a dummy. You don't have to make that true. That's up to you. You feel me? You don't have to make that true. Tune in. That's why you in here. So everybody that's here, you're smart. Round of applause because you at least care about what's real. The fake stuff is the matrix, like Popeye's chicken is. People, you ain't never give a damn about no chicken. Why is that the topic of your conversation? All of a sudden, you live in a matrix. It's a controlled world. You're an experiment. They're just getting you ready for election season. Let's see how they're gonna behave towards this marketing strategy. Man, election season come, boom, we got them. Good job for participating in the matrix. Unplug, please. Okay, this is what's real. And they're distracting you from this. All the leaders of the world, all week, I posted in the group, I told you, look at how the power is moving. You see the power scrambling, trying to see what they can do to fix this. Look at this. Look at this. You see this? Listen, every time this goes down, you're in a recession. You understand? There's economists already talking about we're in a recession now. By the time you hear it, it's really going to be too late, okay? It's happening right now. The Fed's got to cut the interest rates to try to stimulate the economy. This time, they don't have enough firepower to save the economy. You got to understand, when they cut every time in the past, they had at least 500 basis points, or you say 5 points. From here to here, that's what it took to save the economy. From here to here, that's what it took to save the economy. From here to here, this is what it took to save the economy. They got it all the way down to zero. You don't have 2% to give. They just cut interest rates for the first time. since the 2008 crisis at the end of last month. So they only got 2% to give. So when they cut the interest rates to 2%, it goes to zero. Now, it's not going to be enough. The Feds have been talking about. That's why they're having all these meetings about what they're going to do. So what they're trying to do is trying to figure out, can they go negative like Europe is doing? They don't want to go negative because it hurts the currency. I mean, we're looking at a potential Great Depression. This is really, really bad. That's why I wanted to have this discussion with you guys. And feel free to chime in. Like, you guys chat in the queue, man. Like, chat with each other. This is real. I don't know it all. Don't nobody know it all. I don't give a damn what guru, however many years he's been trading the markets. We have never seen nothing like this in our lifetime. Trust and believe me, we've never seen nothing like this. This is getting crazy. Okay? But the Feds only got 2% to give to stimulate the economy. They got to keep you spending. When you stop spending, the economy can't grow. Okay, so they got to, calm the fears. Like, there's no recession to get you calm. It's population control. Meanwhile, Mexico going into a recession. Germany's going into a recession. I mean, all these countries are already going into recessions right now. America is they haven't confirmed it yet. But like I said, we have a manufacturing recession that we're already in. We got the yield curve inverted. So that's why you got some economists already saying we're in a recession now. Okay. When they drop the interest rates, it's supposed to, stimulate the economy. Now, this is the issue. You have a lot of different pieces of the puzzle. This is a war. It's a power war. It's a struggle of power. Okay. It's a power struggle. It's so deep that you don't really understand it. You got to see. That's why I say read the article on gold so you can understand money. Then you understand what the hell I'm talking about. You got to get the foundation. All right. But the Feds don't have nothing to give. They don't have enough to give to stimulate the economy. So when it hits the zero, which is going to hit zero, but you just had Jackson Hole summit with, Jeff Powell was basically saying like, well, the economy's doing good, this, that, and the third. And then they might not need to do no more cuts. They might need to raise it. Right. Lies. They can't, because the stock market needs the cuts. And if the stock market don't get the cuts, the stock market will crash the market. So you got a lot of power that's moving. You got to understand what's going on. The stock market wants its cut, and it's better get its cut, because if it don't, they're going to crash it. They're going to crash it anyway. You understand? So Jay Powell, if those don't know, that's the head of the Fed. He's in a tough situation. Trump also in a tough situation. This is a global situation. It's not just America. It's not just U.S. I mean, it's across the whole world. We're in a global, a possible global recession, which, it's going to be a global recession. They're already negative yields already in other countries. And so that's why all the world leaders are meeting and they're scrambling. They're trying to figure out, what can we do? What can we do? Like, what can we do? Can we stop the trade wars? Please, Trump, y'all got to stop this shit, man. And y'all killing it, man. You're going to mess up all the money. That's what they say. And, you got them like, yo, no, I'm big dog. And Xi Jinping, he's like, no, I'm big dog. And so you got them bumping heads. And the situation, for those that don't understand, the campaign is China 2025. Y'all don't understand this is power, man. We have enabled China to be a superpower because we shipped all of our manufacturing over to China. So their economy, they're producing, they're making shit. We're servicing, okay? We're servicing. And then we got big government, a lot of the jobs that you see in the reports, a lot of them are government jobs. They don't contribute to the growth, okay? You need to produce things, and the world has to buy the things that you produce. And the world is buying it from China. We shipped everything over. This has been something that's been going on way before Trump. So I know you guys want to point your fingers, this, that, and the third. But this is what I'm trying to tell you, that this has been going on, baked in the cake for years. And Trump is the only person that had the balls to do something about it. Like, yo, I'm going to do something about it. But at the same time, it's like, what do? Do you just let it be? Or do you try to attack the situation? So you're in the catch 2020, right? In the catch 2020, because if you don't, then China, they will hit their goal of being the world power 2025. Okay, that's what the whole Make America Great Again thing is about. It's about, they see the numbers. I listen to, you guys know Shark Tank, Kevin O'Leary. This guy, he's, stock market guy, he's one of the billionaires that's on the show. But you listen to him. He's in Canada, and he talks about it. Ray Dalio. I mean, the big dogs talking like, yo, bruh, China big. See, what you don't understand, in order for a company to do business in China, right? This is the thing. The benefit for consumers is that you have cheaper goods. Everything that you have in your house is probably made in China. Okay. And you were able to buy it at a cheaper price. Okay. Because it's made in China versus being made in America. Because y'all want to make $15 an hour. In China, they're like, oh, $2. We make $2 an hour. And they'll work all day long. Companies are looking like $15, $2. Y'all lazy. Y'all want to get pregnant, get sick, and get benefits. These people, they don't even have children. Let's get them. Okay. And you got to think, like, it's a benefit for these corporations. So the corporations are the ones making all the money. And they turn around and make it over there. And then they got to sell it back to you in America because you people got, yeah, that's right, terrible voice. You people, you Americans, us, we're the richest economy. We're the spending economy. So you got to sell your goods to people that's spending money. They got enough money to spend on these goods. Corporations get it manufactured over there in China. They send it back and you guys buy it up. They make profits. Now, what corporations don't do is they don't incur costs, expenses. So the trade war is, again, it's a tax on the people because the taxes are getting on the businesses, not for the people, but the businesses, their goal is to cut expenses, grow revenue. That's what every earnings, every quarter, your company that you work for, they got to deliver value to shareholders, and that's their whole goal. They ain't talking about keeping your ass working. You are at the bottom of the totem pole. Nobody care about you and your promotion or your supervisor, this, that, and the third. Who cares? You are just a pawn. You can be replaced. All right, and you will be replaced because AI is the new gun that all the companies got to get, and so most of the jobs are getting gone from that also. So it's a double whammy. But anyway, so. The situation is, how do you slow China down? What you guys are seeing is a struggle for power. I mean, it's struggle to maintain power. U.S. has been the lead country. Our currency, everything runs the world. Okay. But that's on the verge of changing. So this is a power struggle. China is right there. Okay. And it's deep. Okay. So this is what's happening right now. Okay, that's what you need to know. This is a part of the cycle that we're in, is that, recession is on the way. So anyhow, just want to show you guys that, and we'll just get that out of here. Also, let me, you guys been to the website, man, WallStreetJackBoys.com. Make sure you check out the website. Yes. But this is the website. And when you go to the website, if you already haven't, make sure you check out blogs. Okay, the BLOG. And I hate writing, but it's something that I'm trying to get better on. And so I write for you guys certain things that's just permanently embedded on the web that you can always go back and reference and just go read. Okay. So anyhow, I try to deliver value, things that's important. You can go through our list, all the things that you really need to know. Okay. The latest article is Gold is Real Money. This one right here. See this right here? Bingo. How many of you guys read the new article, Gold is Real Money? How many of you guys raise your hand or type in the chat why, if you read the new article, Gold is Real Money? Or if you understand how gold works. If you understand how money works, let me know if you understand how money works. If you understand how gold works, let me know. If you don't know, then you need to get this. You need to get this. I'll drop the link off in the chat here. Make sure you get this. If you're a member, then you get the emails. Make sure you read the emails. All right, that's the link. All right, so gold is real money. Did you guys learn anything new by reading this article? Did anybody learn anything new about reading this article that gold is real money? Okay. This is really the short and light of the whole scenario about gold, okay? Because I know y'all don't like reading, so I couldn't make it in historical context. I had to kind of sum it all up, okay? Yeah, like Topaz said, buy more physical gold. Yes. Gold is what the big dogs is buying right now. It's either buying bonds or you're buying gold. And right now you're getting done with 2% yield on bonds from America. I mean, everything else is negative, so that's why you've seen this huge surge in bonds. The uncertainty is at an all-time high. The war, the beef is world, global powers. I mean, we're talking about the elite here. You got China, you got US, and then you got the Feds, the central banks. Shit is getting real. It's so real that a lot of big dogs like, I don't want no parts in this. They sit on the sidelines or they just buying up gold, right? And so anyway, I'm not going to go and read this for you guys. I just go over some of the highlights. So why gold? Investors buy gold as protection from inflation, war, recessions, panics, political unrest, and Wall Street debauchery. You guys know what Wall Street debauchery is, right? That's been going around for the longest. All right. So that's when Wall Street is fucking around. All right. They messing up. So here you go. Bingo. To understand the case of gold, you must understand the foundation and treacherous history of money. All right. I'm not going to read all of this. You go read it on your own time. But just understand gold is real money. Central bankers are right now buying more gold than we've seen in like the past 40 years. The banks themselves are buying gold. The short is, gold kept the economies equalized. It was the equilibrium. It was a natural thing that kept everything, flowing properly. Okay. That means you couldn't just give out, unnecessary credit. You couldn't cause inflation. So they created the Feds because it restricted their ability to put money in the system so they can fight wars and so they can create welfare. Okay. All these social programs, they didn't have the money. You got to have the gold in your bank to be able to print the money. They didn't have it. And so FDR, he outlawed gold. Okay. So from the early 1900s all the way to 1975, gold was outlawed. You could not have gold. In fact, the government had you to turn in your gold in exchange for US dollars. So the government forced you to spend dollars. That's why you spend dollars. You don't even understand. Dollars, it ain't nothing, it's just paper. You throw it in the water, it's no longer usable. You set it on fire, it's no longer any good. It don't have no value. It's just backed by the government. Gold, you could set it on fire, it's purified. You could throw it in the water, ain't nothing happening. It's going to be here forever. It's always been an exchange of money. Okay? But the need for the powers to be able to manipulate the monies, they had to get off of the gold standard. They had to take it off the gold because they wanted to fight these wars and they wanted to run deficits, and gold restricted them from doing that. But gold is accepted across the whole world. But we had the Bretton Woods situation where all these countries came together and the U.S. said, hey, we'll back our dollar by gold and you guys just exchange your gold and for our U.S. dollars. So all these countries, they got all this gold. They exchanged all their gold for U.S. dollars, and U.S. ended up owning over 2/3 of the world's gold. So the U.S. had the most gold in the world. French President Charles de Gaulle, he didn't like it. He wasn't feeling that. He said, listen, this is a scam. I see what y'all are doing, U.S. I don't trust this. You can go look him up on YouTube. This dude, he sent Navy warships to New York to go pick up his gold. Anytime a country send warships to your coast, they mean business. He wasn't effing around, B. He really was. He like, listen, I want my motherfucking gold. Mind, body, and soul. You don't give me my gold, this shit gonna be over. He sent warships to get his gold. And so you gotta think, when they did that, when they changed from the gold standard to put the US dollar as the world reserve currency, they were able to print all this money. So the Feds, they could print unlimited amounts of money. But the promise is that the countries, why they do this? Because the agreement is that the U.S. will accept your dollars back. So if you want to get your gold out of the vaults, but they printed extra dollars that they didn't have to back up in gold. They printed a whole lot of it because it's unlimited dollars. So when everybody come who got these dollars to go get their gold, they don't have enough gold to go return until you have a global economic collapse. So French President Charles de Gaulle, he set it off. When he got his damn gold from some Navy ships, a couple other countries did the same thing. And so the U.S. gold reserve started to lose their gold at such a fast rate. President Nixon, you guys know Tricky Dick, right? Nixon said, oh, no, we got to stop this. This is going to be an economic collapse. So he said, we got to unpeg U.S. dollar from the gold standard. That's the short. That's what you need to know. OK, so say we got to take it off. So we have a floating currency. It's not backed by nothing. backed by the feds. So the feds, they can print unlimited amount of money. It don't matter. But every time they print money, it devalues the money. And they're getting ready to print money right now. So this is why, we're in a currency war right now. I'll tell you guys some new information that just popped out this weekend at the Jackson Hole Summit with the feds. So the U.S. currency has been losing value all these years, and it's going to continue to go all the way down to zero, as every paper currency does. Gold is God's money. That's why I tell you, it's real. It ain't going nowhere. They can't manipulate that. But they had to get away from God money because God money was restricting them. They're like, man, listen, we can put the Fed in power. Fed gonna do what they do. The whole history on the Fed is treacherous. I ain't even gonna go there. Okay, treachery, how they even made that. The Feds is free of control of the president, the government. Can't nobody control the Feds. All right, you're talking about the top bankers. This is the money controlling the world. And that's why you see Trump beefing with them all day long on Twitter. That's why you're seeing it. But see, they got the power to print as much. But when they print money, there's more money in the system. So that dollar that you have is worth less. So your purchasing power is less. When you see what's called inflation, you start to see price of goods, a gallon of milk, right? A year ago cost you a whole lot more today. And so you're not making more money. Your wages are stagnant. You're not making no more money than you made last year. But your food, your clothing, everything that you buy, you normally buy, your bills going up higher and higher. Your rent. If you're renting, you already know every year your rent goes up. What you're seeing is your purchasing power go down. So anyhow, this is why we have these cycles. It's deep. That's why I wrote this article for you guys so you can check it out. Again, it's real deep. The paper money, like I said, the man-made paper fiat currency that we hold up to our ears like a phone to take pictures on Instagram is as fake as Monopoly play money. I saw Floyd Mayweather. I know everybody look up to him, great boxer, he's super wealthy. This guy sit around with paper money sitting on tables just bragging. The money don't have no value. It's not money, it's currency. What would be impressive is that he had gold bars of gold sitting on those tables. Then you got a smart man that understands money. You got a bunch of rich fools out here. I saw 50 Cent, Trey Songz, OT Jen, these guys in the strip club just blowing money. Stupid. You'll never see Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg. You'll never see these guys doing stupid stuff like this because you don't understand what real money is. You got to understand the foundation of money. Okay? You can take gold anywhere in the world and it is usable as money. There are certain places in the world that you can't use your U.S. dollars. Outlawed. These countries, they sick and tired. U.S., you put sanctions on people. And this is why you got cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrency is what they call the people's money. So people are trying to, they're sick and tired of the manipulation. So, and Ray Dalio's speech that he posted on LinkedIn, it was talking about how there's a shift in the environment. And, this is a guy that you really got to pay attention to. This guy's a freaking genius, okay? And when he says that, he's talking about there's a shift. They got to figure out something to do. So, which brings me to my next point. I posted in the group that one of the governors of the Central Bank of England at the Jackson Hole Summit, he mentioned that the U.S. actually, the U.S. dollar is the problem, and they need to get away from the U.S. dollar, and that they are looking at making the Chinese yuan or the Chinese renminbi the world currency. And then he also said that, or they need to go with technology and go with something like Facebook Libra. Now that's interesting. I told you guys I felt about crypto before, and I had a change of heart. And this is the reason why I had a change of heart on it. And it's not that I have a change of heart that I believe that Bitcoin and all these other cryptocurrencies are going to survive. What I see happening is that the banks like JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, all these banks, they're already in the crypto space. The problem with crypto is that the prices are not stable enough. If you ever traded crypto, anybody ever traded crypto? Shit is ridiculous. Trading crypto made me feel like I'm on a roller coaster for real. Okay. While you sleep, this shit is moving like this. We trade blue chip stocks. You already know what you're dealing with. You can predict that. But with crypto, it's like, you get seasick. It's not stable enough. And I think that what they're trying to do is they're trying to stabilize cryptocurrencies. And I think they're going to issue a government crypto. And this is what the central bank, the governor of the central bank of England was talking about. Like, we need to go to a digital currency. So these are talks that they're already having, you know. But the thing that I don't like about digital is because it's digital, man. Everything digital, the government can control, right? All the stuff digital, okay? If it's digital, they can control it. And that's why the investors, everybody know, gold, they can't control that, right? They could try to confiscate it like they did under FDR. He stole everybody gold and then ran the prices up on it. So then the U.S. had everybody gold. They stole everybody gold and they got it in their vaults. Even the Nazis, when they hit up the Jews, I mean, they stole all their gold. You know, look at Saddam when they killed him. They raided all his gold. I mean, y'all don't understand, man. Gold is real money. This is deep. Feel me? So anyway, I encourage you guys to do your research, or ask questions. Give me some feedback if you want to know. I'd be more than happy to share with you guys what I know. If you need resources, you want to know where to buy gold, how to buy gold, all the other stuff. But yeah, you definitely need to have some gold. OG Dalio, he's talked about it last year. He said, hey, buying gold. And you see where gold is at, right? So anyway, we wrote the article on gold. You guys know I'm bullish on gold. We got some positions in gold right now. Here go a couple of tickets. This is the article. You guys, share this with your loved ones. It's a short article. The real deal is so long, I can't even go over it with you guys here. Anyway, that's the article. Gold is real money. And we also talked about how gold has outperformed the S&P 500, 500%, return in the last 20 years. And the stock market has only been going up for like about 130%. There's a huge difference. Gold is going to continue to go up. Gold cannot die. I mean, it's going to move up and down like everything else. But over time, gold always will win. That's God money. They can't manipulate that. So anyway, that's what we're seeing with that. We did have issues with, of course, you got the Trump and China situation where we had China that actually they announced that they were going to throw on tariffs. And so you got to take it back. Trump threw on tariffs on Chinese goods because he's trying to pressure them into a deal. But then he went back on his word and say, I'm going to take them off because I want the citizens to have a good Christmas. See, they create the holidays so you can go spend money. So they're counting on you to spend your money by the holidays. That's what keeps the system going. So he said he's going to take those extra 10% off so that y'all can have a good Christmas. This week, he said, F Christmas. They pissed him off so bad. And this is crazy. This is what we're talking right now. They pissed Trump off so bad. He was like, F Christmas. In fact, not only going to put them tariffs on, I'm throwing 15%. He going from 10% to 15%. And then he says he's going to go up because he already got, the 25% tariffs on like over $250 billion of goods. He's like, man, make it 30%. Right? Because China, they hit us, But see, you're looking at posturing. It's like, you give an animal a taste of blood. If you show weakness, he's going to come back. And I think Trump, when he went back on his word, that was a show of weakness. See, he should have stayed put and said, no, if you said it, then you got to mean it. And when he took it off, I think China was like, yeah, we got a little bit of fear. And so they said, we got a little fear, so we're going to test them. Boom, throwing them tariffs. That's what's happening. So they threw on tariffs back on us, retaliation. Trump was like, I'm going to announce later on today what I'm going to do. The markets is going, wow, you guys, like you got to see. Look at this. Like, I mean, right now, the markets is trading right now. It's still in the red, B. Still in the red right now. This is not going nowhere. This is going to be for a while. Okay. You got an election cycle that's coming up, 2020. And China, they're not going to make a deal because they're going to wait it out because they feel like if a Democrat wins, then why make a deal with Trump when there's a possibility that a Democrat will win? And the Democrats win, they're not going to do nothing. They're going to keep everything the way it's going right now, which again is going to have China to surpass USA by 2025 as the world power. We're still the world power right now, but we're struggling trying to fight to keep it. And so anyhow, when China had threw on the tariffs, y'all didn't see Trump's Twitter. Then follow the man Twitter, man. If you got Twitter, man, follow his Twitter, yo. I'm not going to say my Amazon device's name because she's going to hear me. She's going to be listening. But I have that device to read me off my news briefs and everything every morning and every evening. And so I'm listening to, the device over here reading me Trump's tweets throughout the day, so that while I'm trading, even though I'm not paying attention to, I can hear what's going on. I hear, I'm like, what the hell going on? And so China, they throwing the tariffs. Trump was like asking the Feds. It's kind of like he was asking the Feds. He's actually asking the Feds on Twitter. He's like, see there, Feds, what y'all gonna do now? Y'all gonna cut them rates? That's what that was his thing. They'll let you know who got the power. I told you guys the Feds are the one who control it. You got to understand. There's no gold standard. The Feds got the power. They can put money in the system. They can take money out of the system. You understand? They give credit. They take out credit. That's why you have these recessions, these cycles, because the people are so over leveraged. We just had home numbers that's out, and the homes are struggling. Mortgage rates are at a historic low, but people are not buying houses. They can't even get approved for the houses because they got too much debt right now. People are too much debt. We're talking about on a big scale that we're seeing housing numbers slow down, and we're seeing everything slowing down. And they drop interest rates to entice you to go spend money to go buy houses, but it's not working. And so they know that that's an issue because the people, they're stretched. Majority of the people are stretched. They have too much debt and they can't service it. And so anyhow, I encourage you guys, let me grab my book here. I encourage you guys to, because I'm studying all the time. OG Ray Dalio, man, he put together this. He actually gave it away for free as a PDF. You can get it if you're into reading. It's probably a little bit nerdy for you guys who are not familiar with the financial markets and stuff like that. But if you got some experience, definitely pick this book up. I bought it a while back. I'm always at Barnes and Noble in my free time, so I have lots of books. I have a huge library. This is a book that is it's 3 books actually. So I got one of them that's out right here, and I'm constantly studying and going over and over and over again. But this guy, I told you guys last week, Ray Dalio, he basically, this guy's a freaking, I know you guys like Warren Buffett, okay? Warren Buffett is OG, don't get me wrong, but he's been around so long that you can't trade like him, okay? This guy has been having Coca-Cola for the longest. You go look at Coca-Cola, think you're going to hold on that forever? Forget about it. It's not buy and hold no more, all right? You can't go in with this Warren Buffett mentality because you're not Warren Buffett. You're your own individual, all right? And what works for him don't work for you. It's a different time right now. You sit here and try to hold stocks all day long. If you want, you're going to lose all your money. All right. So it's okay to listen to Warren Buffett. I think he has a lot of wisdom, but he'll tell you himself he's not a genius. But this guy is a freaking genius. And he may be humble. He may say he's not, but he's a genius. I'll tell you why. Because this guy, he went back in history, did all the research, data, historical, everything. And he has a team. He's running the largest hedge fund in the world, Bridgewater. He's talking about the most successful hedge fund manager ever. Okay. He's been doing this longer than I've been alive. Okay. This guy, he put together all these manuals about the economic cycles. And so he can predict what's going to happen because he's seen them before in the past history, how they happen over and over again. Macro views, stock views, everything. Not only did he just put that together, but he had his team to create a digital world for him to go back in time and to trade the markets as if it was happening in real time. And so from his experiences of trading through these times, he created these books. This guy, he's super old. I think he's about 90, close to 90 years old. And he's on his way out of here. And he's like, before I leave this earth, I want to do some good. I want to give away some wisdom before I leave. And he just dropped some clues, I think about a month ago, that he got one more thing that he want to drop off. And I'll be sure to let you guys know and share it with you. He was like, he wants to share the tools that he used to help him be very successful at Bridgewater. What's the tools that he actually used? Now, he's not specific about it. We'll see when he drops it, but I'm definitely in tune about it. Because again, you're talking about the most successful hedge fund manager ever. All the big money let this guy manage their money. And when this guy say you need to buy gold, you better buy gold, B. This dude, no. He's been on it since last year. And I've been on gold, and it wasn't because of him. I was on gold because of some random kid, a client of mine, actually hit me up and said he's going to go buy some gold. He's in California. And I was like, why are you going to go buy gold? He was like, I don't know. Somebody told me to go buy it. I was like, so you going to go just buy some gold because somebody told you to go buy gold? He was like, yeah, just go buy gold because they told me. I was like, idiot. Let me go look at the charts. So I looked at the charts. I was like, oh shit, he owned something. Somebody's owned something who told him, because I'm like, this is the floor. Gold ain't going no lower than this. This is a good position. And so we started playing gold since last September. And it's funny because Ray Dalio was saying the same thing at the same time. I wasn't even paying attention. I've been going back in time and reviewing and learning. And so this guy, he knows that during these times, I showed you that yield curve, every time it happens, during these times, you need to have gold, right? Because gold is a store of value. Don't lose its value. People say, why are you going to buy gold? People tell you gold is stupid because you don't get no yield, right? It's not about you getting yield. You get the price appreciation, but it's also, it keeps its value. It's a store of value, right? You got guys like Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And this guy ain't never selling gold. This guy had gold mines and everything. Tell you right now, gold got money, all right? And it's not going nowhere. They already know the matrix, and they're trying to unlock your brain so you can understand what's going on. But anyway, that's why gold is really important. But this is what you guys are looking at, right now. We're looking at a war of power struggle. Trump is looking for the feds to give him a handout. The feds are, they're posturing, he beefing with the feds, he beefing with China, and the market is like in turmoil. And so it's exacerbating the situation. It's making a bad situation really, really bad. And it's interesting because the markets don't believe that Trump can lose 2020 re-election. So Wall Street already got it priced in he's going to win, but it's getting worse by the day because the Democrats, they're going to take this information and they definitely, if they're smart, they better leverage it so that they can actually say that, hey, Obama handed Trump a great economy and he fucked it up. You see, that's going to be the story. I'm telling you right now. I think Joe Biden he's already working on it. Elizabeth Warren, she's already talking about a recession. Now, the thing is that their solutions is not the solution to fix this. That's the whole thing. They don't have solutions to fix this. They're going to keep on doing the same old, same old. But the masses don't know this stuff. So the masses just gullible, just like they get everybody to go buy Popeye's chicken. You ain't never thought about a Popeye's chicken sandwich ever in your life. But you did what the Matrix designed for you to do. You're an experiment, a social experiment. You don't even know it. So anyway, these are things that keep in mind that, Trump presidency can be on the line. This thing continues to get worse. These things, again, have been baked in for a very long time. They've been baked in for a very long time. It's been way before Trump has came into office. And so it's just at that time. It don't matter which president was going to be in. All this stuff is going to happen. Let's see. Jeremy says, apologies, already covered, but understanding the importance of gold and owning it. GLD is a fairly expensive stock, so would recommend people with a smaller account look into mining stocks such as GDX as a less expensive option, or does it not move closely enough with gold to bother with, in your opinion? And again, I'm not your financial advisor, okay? That's my disclaimer. You play at your own risk, of course. But Jeremy, if you see the stocks that we got here on the side here, we got some gold stocks and some gold miner stocks. This is my gold watch list, and I dropped this in my gold article. So depending on your account size, depending on what you're bringing to the table, these are stocks that you can play. Now, I'm not going to tell you to buy the gold stocks for the long term. You need to have physical gold at this time. So the call is for you to have physical gold if you can get it. And if you can't get gold, get silver, because gold and silver, those are God's money. Those are not going nowhere. When gold goes up, silver goes up, and silver is dirt cheap. Like silver is $17 right now. Silver is $17 right now. That's a cheap stock. That's a cheap price for silver. That's how much you can get, the actual silver right now. And you may pay a little more if you go into, somebody else because they mark it up a little bit. But make sure you're not spending $50, because then you're getting hit over the head. You're getting scammed. There's a lot of scams out there. You got to be careful. But that's silver. That's $17. So when you go in, you at least need to know what the real price is. So if they charge you like $1 premium, something like that, that's not bad. But if they're trying to charge you, $50 for some silver, you're getting robbed. Don't do that. Same thing with gold. A lot of scams out here. Stay away from the collectible stuff. Just get bullion gold. In the article, I gave you guys some resources to look at. That's in the article itself, so you can check. Take a look at those. Those are some good resources. So yeah, there's lots of things that you can do with gold, but it's just recommended to have some physical gold. It's a store value. So, but in the article also went over, hey, we're trading the gold stocks because it's short term. We're not talking about holding for the long term. I'm talking about making some money right now. So again, I'm trading the stocks in gold. We're trading the options on gold. GLD, I got some options on GLD right now. And, these are some bullish positions. In fact, let me pull up the gold futures right now. Yeah, I think Topaz was bringing this to my attention. She was like, yo, have you seen? No, it was Mia. Mia's like, yo, have you seen gold like right now tonight? I was like, nah. She was like, yo, it's jumping out the gym. Here go gold right now as we're talking. Okay, as we're talking, this is gold trading right now. Whatever you're going to do with gold, whether you want to buy the stocks or whatever, you got to get in now because this shit is going through the roof. All right, I got levels upwards to 2,000 right here. This is where we see gold going for the long term, right? Still got some hurdles to hit up here. So these will be the short-term targets in gold. But, this thing continues to get worse. The Fed's going to have to keep printing money. As they continue to print money, okay, your dollars is losing. Your inflation is eating away your dollars. But gold is going to continue to rise. So this is what we're seeing. This is what Ray Dalio, everybody's telling you, buy gold, B. So anyway, this is what gold is doing right now as we speak. The fear is still in the markets. And so this is what we're looking at, is to continue to go up north. Hopefully that answers your question, big dog Jeremy. Yeah, so it's deep. So I'm glad you guys have stayed in here to hang in with me. It's a lot to cover. It's a lot. That's why I said we're going to do Game Plan Sunday early, and then we'll cover the macros and everything else afterwards. You guys got any questions, man? Make sure you, put them in the queue right here. Type here. Any questions you guys have, let me know. I try to answer those for you guys right now. Make sure you guys share this video, like hit the share, hit the like buttons, all that, so that the algorithms on the Facebook side can pick it up. And hopefully we can have a quarter of success that Popeyes had, getting people in tune with reality. It's okay if you want to play in the matrix, but I think that it's important that you understand the real world, what real money is, what's really going on behind the scenes, because then you can navigate through this stuff a whole lot better. This is wisdom here. All right. So anyhow, I'll open up the floor for about 2 more minutes. If you guys got any questions, anything that's on your mind, any topics, I'll take those. If not, then we'll go ahead and bring it to a close. But yeah, if you don't know how to trade, you don't know our strategies, make sure you go to wallstreetjackboys.com, which is the website, and register today. Wall Street Jack Boys. And, using our setups, you will get your money back. This will be an investment in yourself so that you can learn some new skills, so that you can, survive this thing. I don't want a recession to happen. I don't want the economic collapse to happen. But when it does happen, I'd rather be on the side that's going to profit off of it versus the side that's going to hurt off of it. That doesn't make one right or wrong. It doesn't make one righteous or evil. It's just tools. Money is a tool. It's immoral. It doesn't have any morality. It's a tool. So you got to, once you know what to do with it, then you can maneuver. And so that's what we're here for. Teach you guys how to maneuver. All right. So sounds like you guys are full. Lots of wisdom. So I'm going to bring the session to a close. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for joining this week. We'll be back next Sunday. And I'll catch you guys in the group on Facebook as we chop the markets up for the week. All right. Peace.